What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 7 of The Shit Show. I'm one of your hosts, Anthony Costanzo. With me, as always, Brian the Birdman Rooney.
Caw.
Whatever. Matt in the Hat Lemary.
Hat.
Well, I did a bird call.
No,
Did a hat
no,
call.
no, we're not doing that. We're not doing this.
That's the sound a hat makes.
Hat! What?
Oh, God, just keep going.
Oh, God. This week we have a very special guest, Dana, home skillet biscuit, Elwood. That's what you say hello, Dana.
Just like this instead. I don't.
No,
I
I think she's.
Like
I got it. She's
on the skillet.
sizzling. She was sizzling on the skillet. I got it. I understand.
oh,
Oh man.
I mean, you can only get better from here, right?
yeah, I would say so. we have
This is a very special episode, everyone, because Brian this week has proposed to Dana, and I think she said yes.
I think so.
He actually didn't. He actually didn't tell me that part, but she's here, so.
Yeah.
She said she'd think about it.
Yeah.
she
We
asked
got
for
a maybe.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Maybe.
Yeah. So,
So
sealed the deal yesterday.
let's
Actually
get
said
right
yes.
into it, and you give us the story
Well, it just
of how it went down.
All right. Well, I just want to start with I'm a dedicated host, unlike Matthew. I'm on vacation right now, and I'm still doing this. Matthew in his house refused to do it a few times, so that's number one. So anyway, to the story. So we're
All right, shots fired. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, shots fired. He's taking notes. All right. So we're in Virginia. So we're here with my family. So I didn't think she'd expect it with my family. So that was the throw off number one. But also, I made reservations at an expensive restaurant for next week, trying to push it. I think maybe it'll be next week. So we get here. She absolutely loves my little nephew, who's turning 11 months on Friday. He just kind of motors around and walks all over the place. So we put a shirt on him that we got made. It said, "Will you marry my uncle?" with a little picture like an engagement ring on it. So Dana and I were sitting on the balcony, and we were going to dinner, so everyone was getting changed for dinner. They opened up the door, and Tyler, which is my nephew's name, they said, "Look, Tyler's all dressed." So Dana looks at him and says, "Oh, look how handsome you are." And then she realized what the shirt says. And then when she turned, I got down on one knee, and she said yes.
And I
Oh.
sobbed like a baby.
Yeah, she started to sob. And then I started to cry because she was crying. Then my mother started to cry because we were crying.
I was always like, I'm not going to be one of those people that cries when they get proposed to, and that was not English.
No, it was not English. What she's trying
When they
to say
get
is
And proposed.
when you watch movies, all these bitches cry, and
I'm
she's
like,
always like,
that's
I am
not
not going to be
me."
like that. Totally was. And worse, because she
And
sobbed.
It was an ugly cry.
Oh. Is there any other kind?
There's
Yeah.
a
I
pretty
could just picture.
delicate cry, and then there's
I could picture your dad.
Oh God!
walking
It's
into the room
food
late.
poisoning. It's definitely food poisoning.
Yeah, exactly. I'm picturing Big Brian walking into the room late and just seeing Dana cry. Like, what happened?
Well, funny enough, he did walk in the room late.
Awesome.
Well, he just bought like a video camera, and he's not used to having it, so he went to get it and tried to get the whole event, but he was late. And he came in as I was hugging Dana because she was crying.
Now,
So now you have this wonderful video of Dana
Yes.
crying and
Yes.
you consoling her.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think the question we're all wondering: was your father wearing cowboy boots?
Yes.
The answer
Yes,
is
he
yes.
was.
And a cowboy
Got it.
buckle.
Yeah.
Belt.
No hat at this time. That came later.
Yeah.
I brought a hat as well for this trip, though. So one day we're both gonna have cowboy hats on.
But not at the wedding.
Yes, not at the wedding.
Wow.
That's where
You
me
wanna
and Matt
control-
are going to wear an orange and blue tux.
Yes.
Right. This church ain't big enough for the two of us.
Don't worry, there'll be no church involved.
Uh, I was worried.
I know. You didn't think the
Oh,
church
man.
is going to be big enough, but don't worry, there's no church.
Got it. Okay. No church would be big enough though for me and Anthony, both dressed as cowboys.
Yes.
Well, I don't think any
Then,
place is
then
big
a
enough for the
duel
two
will
of you.
ensue.
Right.
Isn't that how all these duels
Got it.
start? This town ain't big enough?
This church
You,
ain't enough.
usually, I went cowboy boot shopping on Sunday because my job took me to Nashville Sunday into Monday, my first time there, and all the boot stores down there are they have deals similar to like the Joseph A. Bank. It's like buy one pair of $600 boots, get seven free. And I'm like, well, how much is one pair of boots? And they're like $1,500. I'm like, what? So you really just want me to buy seven? And the guy, no joke, straight face goes, we have too many boots. That's all they sell in the store. Like that's literally it. It was very strange, but cool little town. I think it's probably like two square within 2 square miles is like Bridgestone Arena where the Predators play, and also LP Stadium where the Titans play. But cool little town, live music and such. But I went there. I flew there on Sunday for work, and then we're prepping for this big meeting on Monday. Monday comes and locked in my hotel room, prepping. An hour before the meeting, the guy we're supposed to meet with sends us a message that he's sick and they canceled the meeting. He's like, "Sorry, I hope no one flew in for this." And then we're like, "Damn it!" So ended up being really, really, really great.
I wanted to say, since you mentioned where the Predators play, I want to get into this first topic I want to discuss because it's like a knife to my heart. Now, you guys have known, anyone listening knows that I've been talking about NHL for like ever. I can't wait for it to come out. New system is going to be great. They apparently added all new shit. Well, they did. They added a whole new shit, and they took away shit. The mode that my friends and I always play, the EA Sports Hockey League, where you create yourself, play your position, and like make your own team, that shit. Yeah, it's gone. It's only in the old consoles. It's only on Xbox 360 and PS3. It's not on Xbox One and PS4. So I didn't even know there was this many NHL fans, but apparently like they broke Twitter with the hashtags Firerammer, who is like the game director on it. Um, there's a website for it. Like there's a whole bunch of shit, and I don't think EA cares because it's EA. And yeah, the best comment I read was September 9th. That's when the game comes out. I'm gonna go to EA's main headquarters and take a shit in their lobby. There have been some gem comments, but I'm like devastated over this. Like I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna buy it anyway. Like I'm not gonna boycott. I'm not gonna be one of those guys. Like yeah, boycott. No, I'm still gonna play the game. But yeah, heartbroken.
I'd be happy playing it.
But like, so there's features that are in the newer console versions that aren't in the old one though.
Yeah, they added physics.
Like new.
Like yeah, I know.
Those are good to have.
Right. Well,
Yeah. Physics doesn't sound fun to play. Yeah.
what they're saying is all 12 players on the ice have physics added to them, so essentially that could be a 12-player collision, which if you know what hockey is, that's not possible because never are all 12 players in the same area because two of those 12 are goaltenders. But all 12 of them have physics on them and different stuff. They did something with the graphics where the player models are now there's three parts of it. There's the player's body, the equipment, and then the jerseys, which so everything is like free from the other thing, which that means is when they show like all the trailers and stuff, somebody didn't shut the stadium doors because there's so much wind in the fucking stadium that the jerseys are swaying in the wind, which makes no sense because it's all indoors. So if you're standing still, there's not going to be a breeze shaking your jersey. But in NHL 15, there sure as hell is. And this is because of things like this. That is why.
Gotta get that wind machine.
Yeah, you need that wind physics on the jerseys of an indoor arena, and that's why you don't have an EA Sports Hockey League. Fuck you, EA. Like, I have no words for EA. And I'm like, saying, all right, I'm not going to boycott the game. I'm still going to buy it, but maybe I'll stop buying EA games. Like, I was thinking about buying Madden. I'm like, maybe I'll just hold off on Madden. I have $60 they won't get from me. And now I just realized as I was talking, Dane and I were in Target before looking for a movie or something to do, and we just bought Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which is published by EA, so fuck me, right?
Also, when do you play Madden?
Good job.
I don't play Madden, but I was thinking about buying Madden because I'm an asshole that wants to spend money.
Yeah, you showed them, Brian.
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
I showed them. I gave them $40 today. And you know what the
Yeah,
best thing is?
actually, yeah. I just checked the stock. It's down. It's down. It's definitely down.
Yeah, well, here's the best thing. So I'm saying fuck like this EA and this whole NHL thing. If my friends and I, like, I'm definitely buying it on PlayStation 4 because I want to see what these physics they're talking about are and the new graphics and stuff. Like I want to play it. But if they say, hey, we're gonna buy it on Xbox 360 so we can play the EA Sports Hockey League, instead of giving EA $60, I'm gonna give them $120. I will buy it twice. So they're winning. Fuck.
Hashtag winning.
Hashtag EA, fuck you, you're winning.
God.
That's rough.
Yeah,
That's
so
rough. Hey, maybe. Although maybe, I mean, if you think about it logically, maybe EA is just realizing what the rest of the world knows, that hockey is stupid. Mayhaps that's what's happening here.
if you were to Google right now,
Oh, wait. Did you just say mayhaps?
Mayhaps.
if you were to Google right now, EA, SHL, or NHL 15, and just go to any type of forum or comments on an article, you will see how many people care. Or if you go on Twitter, you'll see how many people care. And I was surprised by how many people care. I've been retweeting shit constantly about, like, fuck this guy and all other things. I even made a few myself that got retweeted. It was exciting. Because fuck EA and fuck that guy.
You're so easy to please.
I am. Speaking of being pleased, that tweet I got, shout out to that Jesse guy. What was it? The Stashi? Was that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hobo babies. We're testing them. I'm glad this guy, his first tweet ever was to agree with me. That's awesome. Definitely awesome.
Oh man. All right, I gotta ask. I know I bring do something like this on every episode because I'm a very visual person, but I'm seeing something right now and I have to describe it because no one else can see it. But Matt, it looks like you either have one of those colored gel lip gloss things on, or you just went to town on a watermelon slice pop. What's the deal? What's going on here?
I've been drinking quite a bit of wine this evening, and apparently I'm not hiding it very well.
And apparently you're constantly looking around. Like, what is going on over there?
Just lot of distractions in this world, you know.
You want
social media.
These distractions? No, not social media. You'd be looking at your screen for that. You're looking around the room.
Yeah.
Just making sure everything's still there.
It's real weird being me. Yeah, but so the social media distractions, just
Matt, how many
they're out
glasses
there.
of wine are we talking here?
Just a couple.
Yeah.
We signed up for this like wine of the month club, but it was being delivered to Liz's work by accident, so we didn't get it for a couple of months. So now all of a sudden we have, like, I don't know, 30 something bottles. So we're trying to sort of play catch up because the new ones are still coming in. It's real tiring.
How does it get delivered to her work by accident?
Does she not realize and have 5 bottles somewhere waiting for her?
I think we just, I don't know, we picked the wrong address or something. But I'm just trying to right the wrong and so we can start drinking and reviewing the new bottles. But it's like I said, real tiring.
It's just exhausting.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. But yeah, well, so the reason I was trying to bring up the social media, you keep mentioning Twitter, and you guys know that every week I say I don't check my Twitter. One of the reasons why I don't check any social media is this ice bucket challenge nonsense.
Oh God.
Yep.
Have either of you guys been involved with this, or at least?
I just got nominated for it yesterday, so I made a status saying that I declined it, but I made a donation and put the website where I made the donation and pretty much said that more people should make the donation than make these videos.
Instead of making stupid ice bucket videos.
And then I refused to
don't do
nominate.
anything.
Yeah, I didn't nominate anybody. I refused to nominate someone. If somebody wants to make a donation, they can make a donation. I'm not going to force anyone to. So, I mean, it's cool that it's getting some exposure for it, 'cause ALS is something that we still do not have a cure for. There's still so many experiments going on. But so many of these people are just dumping ice and saying, "Oh, I nominate someone else to do it." Like, make a fucking donation. And that's the route I chose. I got nominated, and nominated by Melissa, who was on the show. I appreciate her support doing it. It's not easy to dump ice on you, and that's not supposed to be sarcastic. I know that's not easy. And then she nominated me, and I just took the step to make the donation because I'm not dumping ice on myself, and I'm not nominating anybody. But yeah, that's my stand on that. If everyone who did it made a donation, that'd be different, but they're not.
No, but I think you make an interesting point that even if they were making donations, you're forcing people to make donations, right? It's just like I don't know why, but it really reminds me of that goddamn woven basket that goes around in church. So I often, not often,
Twice.
but every once in a while, every once in a
Oftentimes.
while, I'll find myself in a church, right? So I've recently had a niece christened, and I'm just like, I don't want to go.
Or when
Like,
you have a duel.
I just exactly right. So me and Anthony walk in, Spurs clicking the real expensive marble that didn't feed poor children.
Exactly.
They're clicking the marble. They want money in the baskets. They want money in the baskets with our names on envelopes to take goddamn attendance.
Right.
It's just oh my god, it's
So
just terrible.
backwards.
It's not enough to believe in a cause. You need money, but yeah, the ALS challenge is forcing people. Listen, there's a lot of horrible things out there that you could donate your money to. Why would I pick ALS? And I'll call out myself because I don't even know. Does anyone know what ALS stands for? No
Yeah.
one.
I just know it's Lou Gehrig's disease.
It's
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think the L stands for Lou Gehrig.
No,
it
I
doesn't.
don't think it does.
I don't think so. It's a good.
If you would have asked me like an hour ago, I knew this, but it's late. I'm on
Yeah.
vacation. I'm not thinking medical stuff. I don't
Yeah.
think medical stuff every day for.
I feel like A could be atrophy, maybe.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, and I know this is a
Well,
horrible
just
joke.
Google this.
Well,
I know this is a horrible joke, but I believe part of ALS might be short-term memory loss, which you're experiencing and not remembering what ALS stands for. Another horrible joke.
Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
Hey,
You confirmed why no one knows what it means. Another horrible joke, but I actually think it's quite hilarious going around Instagram is this picture, which I'll show, but of course explain for those listening that it's a picture of the Titanic, and it just says, "Titanic be like, I nominate all my passengers for the Ice Bucket Challenge."
that is the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh
Best
man,
picture
that's
ever.
Can you please send that to me?
Please.
And
awesome.
I think it's pretty hilarious, and it's also a cause I would donate money for. If there's still families out there lost some folks in the Titanic, let's talk about it, right? Katrina gets all this money, right? Goddamn New Orleans, Haiti, and all this. Let's solve the original problem, Titanic, right?
Oh man.
Please,
There's also
please
I don't know
send me that picture. Please.
if you jump on Vine and you go to the comedy section, there's a whole bunch of ice bucket challenge fails of people
did.
like just dropping the gigantic
Yeah.
tub of ice on someone's head.
Oh, I saw
It's
this
bad.
this poor like younger probably teenage girl standing in her backyard, and she's standing in front of a deck that's
Yeah,
probably
that's the first one I saw.
yeah, it's probably elevated like to give you a perspective how high the deck is. The guy's feet are probably like 6 to 8 inches above her head, and he's holding this like huge.
It's a bucket that you could put a keg in and fill with water and ice.
Yeah, one of those plastic
That's how
buckets
big
with like the rope handles, and it's
Oh.
got all this water in it, and he goes to dump it, slips out of his hand, and it just clocks her on the head. The bucket, like not even one drop of water spilled out of the bucket before it clocked this like pretty petite girl and just like knocked her out. And like the sound is like nauseating. I watched, well, that was the first time I watched it. The sixth time I watched it, I noticed a couple other things. But either way, she's probably dead. So now, Brian, I challenge you because there are people dying from ice buckets being dropped on their head, and we need money to support these causes.
All right. Well, I already declined an ice bucket
No,
challenge.
injuries
So.
sustained from ice
No,
bucket
no,
challenges.
I know where he's going. I'm saying I already declined one challenge, so I have no problem declining challenges here, Matthew. Yeah, no, I really do have a problem declining challenges. I'll probably do something for you, man. You know all you gotta do is say you won't, and I will.
You can't
I
take
was
a
just gonna
hard
say,
stance on anything.
you won't.
I will. But so Matt was just bashing religion. I was kind of bashing religion. We were raised Catholic. We went through CCD together.
Which is why you bash religion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we went all, what was it, 8 years of CCD? No, that's too many. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. We
You
did
guys
8 years of
you
that.
guys went to through CCD while I was in Catholic school. So
Yeah, we went to public school, and then like
right.
we
So for
got to leave early on certain days, and people thought we were so lucky we were leaving early. There was a bus picking us to get us up,
I was
to
one
get
of those
out
people.
early.
that's actually where we made out because you guys were coming to
Yeah,
our
and you got
school
to go
and we
home.
got out early. We just got
Yeah.
to go home.
So all these kids are like, oh, these lucky bitches are getting to go home. No, we're going to more school to learn about things that don't exist.
That's what I was one of those kids. I was looking at you with just pure hatred.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be hatred. We're being taught things that really just are ludicrous. Like, really fucking obscene things. But yeah, that basket that Matt was talking about, the basket of fucking hell, had our names on it, and if we didn't put, they actually would really track it because we had to go to church every week as part of CCD. So if your envelope with your name wasn't put in there, like you would lose points and such, and you could only miss like X amount of days. And if you didn't go to church, if you went to like a different church because you were away, because you were required to still go to church, you were on vacation somewhere, you had to bring like I don't know what it's called. I'm just called a program because like in a play you get that printout. It's a program. I don't know what's a church, and you had to bring one of those in. It's like yeah, I went to this church. What is that called? It's not a program. I don't know. Program work? Yeah.
Sure, let's go with that.
I think it does.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a program.
Probably.
Yeah, the
Your
highlight.
father
the,
tonight is
the highlight sheet. Yeah.
Okay, so I just said
church playbill.
you heard me just say all right, and usually Anthony would jump in and say big gulps after that. We were in 7-Eleven, and again, we're in like Bumblefuck, Virginia. We're not in Virginia Beach. We're in like the sticks. And there is a double gulp out here. I don't know if that exists near us, but it's called double gulp.
Surging is double the size of
What
a gulp.
what's the size of it though? Like what? How much liquid does that hold?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shit tons.
Yeah, it was
I think
Remember
it's
that?
like
Remember that bucket
64
they dropped on that
ounces.
girl's head from a few minutes ago?
Yes.
I think
Double
that's the
gulp.
double gulp.
that's double gulp.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 64 ounces. I've seen it on TV.
Yeah. It just looked massive. Like it was like bigger than like my body. It was humongous.
So you guys, you were just talking about church, and I was just playing PT prior to coming on here, that playable teaser, which makes me feel like I need to go back to church after playing it.
Well, just enlighten Matt on what that is. 'Cause
All right, Matt,
Wow, that's a great choice of word and enlighten, Brian. Continue,
Yeah.
Anthony.
You see what I did there?
when did this thing come out? Was it Gamescom?
Yeah, Gamescom. So last Tuesday.
They dropped this PT, right, which apparently stands for playable teaser, and the whole idea was you weren't supposed to know what it was or who made it until you beat it. You get all six.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick.
Go ahead.
I haven't been able to focus because Dana let one go. It is miserable in here.
That's all it's eating. I can't handle it. My body, my intestines can't handle it.
Yeah, we're on vacation, so you don't eat too well. You're eating out everywhere, obviously.
Yeah.
It's.
Oh, TMI.
Yeah, well, this whole podcast, TMI. Matt is moving. It looks like something out of a terrible commercial, like if he was spinning around in a circle.
Oh man, I love me a nice terrible commercial, especially the infomercial types. My favorite one right now is that ear vac. Are you guys familiar with the ear vac?
Yeah, I
Oh my
love when the
God,
guy
when he
puts his
puts a
Q-tip
Q-tip in his ear and
in.
screams.
I think we've all experienced. It's the morning. Maybe we just got out of the shower, and you go to stick the Q-tip in, and you have the very normal reaction. Ow! How far is this guy sticking this Q-tip in? there are few places in my body I could stick that Q-tip to make me make a sound like this guy makes when he tries to stick it in his ear.
I don't know about you, Matt. I know you don't, Anthony. That makes me think of Friends, the Q-tip thing. I don't know if you get there, but I do.
Mhm.
When you
So,
feel resistance, stop the Q-tip.
this is the first thing I thought of was Joey.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so I think of Joey with the Q-tip, and then I just think of Joey with the milk infomercial, where he just can't open the carton of milk.
Yes, that's so good.
Oh.
All right.
Matt, what are you doing?
You know, I wanted to seamlessly go get something to drink, and I wish I could tell you I'm on something slick like my iPad, but I very much just carried my entire laptop with.
We know you're not on your iPad because you wouldn't have video working.
Right, then there's that whole creepy situation.
All right.
I wish we had video for people just so they could see what is going on. First off, you're running all over. You look like a whack ass Tiger Woods with that Adidas hat. I don't even know what is going on.
I have to wear a hat because I work from home, and I often get breakfast and lunch delivered when I work from home, and I wear a lot of gel, and well, I call it gel so people can identify, but it's actually hair paste. More on that another time. But I wear a lot of stuff in my hair, and I don't always wash it out at night. So when I wake up, like not only do I have like I don't have normal messed up hair like people do. It's like very like I look like I don't know like Japanese anime characters, like really sharp points and such. So I have to hide it under a hat. You know, so when I meet, I really only order from a handful of places. So I'm on a first name basis with some of these delivery guys. You know, got to make
You don't
sure
want them
I
to see like, hey Goku, how you doing? They want you to know Matt.
exactly.
Yeah, I got you. I, I'm just your hair has. I don't know. Let's just go through this. So Matt, you used to have a mushroom cut like everyone normal our age, and then he went to like the buzz cut
Everyone normal our age in
when we were kids. I
1996.
didn't actually put that out
clarify.
there. Yeah. So then you went to the buzz cut when you thought you were cool, and then once you were like an adult, you just followed Justin Timberlake. Whatever he did, you do. Like I
I'm
don't understand.
sorry, you say that like it's a negative thing. Men want to be him, women want to be with him.
Boom.
In Brian's case, both.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't kick him out of bed. I'm just saying.
No way.
What you would?
No, although I don't know if I'm obsessed with him as Jimmy Fallon is. I think there's something there between those two.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
They're pretty awesome together, though.
Jimmy Fallon, he's been having some cool guests on, and he always makes like rather than good banter and conversation, not unlike this podcast here that we have great banter. But he has guests on, and he tries to have some sort of activity planned. And I'm not sure. I saw this posted today. I'm not sure if it was last night or some night this week. He had Pierce Brosnan on, and they actually played GoldenEye Nintendo 64 with each other on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Awesome.
Very, very cool. Now, Pierce Brosnan's strategy was just to run and just keep hitting
Slaps.
Z without a weapon. He was just chopping. But what I like in GoldenEye is they chop so hard that you hear a swoosh sound every time you're going through. And
then the very delayed when you hit somebody.
Right.
And it was after your hand completely passed through the.
Yeah. Great chopping sound.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
but
who
I mean
won?
that Jimmy Fallon just lit him up, just shot. I like that he didn't even try to let him win. He just goes, he's just laughing, kind of like a maniac, and he's like, I just killed James Bond. And before they got started, he was just like, good luck, Mr. Bond. It was real cool. That's one of the greatest. You know, it's funny. We love to think that that's the greatest game, and I know
It does.
we get a group of 4 together and you start playing it, but it's like such a frustrating game. Like they didn't think like the controls are horrible for that game.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like looking back, but they completely remade that game. Same levels, just newer graphic design and physics to the game were added. For Xbox 360, it may have been cross system, but I know I downloaded through the Xbox Live Store, but it was just so awesome. Like it's what you wanted. The exact same levels, modernized, modern controls, modern modern take on the same weapons and things. It was really cool. Same objectives and everything.
You say the Nintendo 64 one controlled terribly, but what I say is every 64 game you personally played controlled terribly because you held that controller like such a jackass.
Yeah. I didn't take well, first of all, I don't often play by the rules. Uh, so Nintendo wanted you to hold the controller like one hand on the middle portion, I guess. What would you call those the three
The three like prongs.
It's
prongs?
a trident, and you want to grab the middle
Got
one.
it. You wanted to grab the middle of the controller trident, and use that with the joystick, and then have your right hand handle the other good buttons A, B, and the 4C buttons. But I think there's buttons on the left side too, so I tried to hold the outer tridents, if you would, and sort of reach over to the middle.
Yeah,
trident.
but you didn't give up on that when you realized that nothing on the left side of the controller did anything.
Yeah.
No, he played every game stretching his thumb to the middle, and Matt is not a very tall person, therefore Matt does not have big hands. Matt has little like tiny dancer
Little
hands, and
hands.
it's like
Tiny dancer.
So
Oh.
it's funny you should mention that because I actually do have large hands for my size, but
right, but that's still not large
I'll-
hands because
I'll-
you're 5'1".
I'll recognize I'm actually 4'6.5". So the I don't see what the problem was with holding the controller that way. It was the alternate. It was the reverse monkey grip of Nintendo 64 controller holdings, and it worked.
I can't even argue because you played Nintendo 64 for so many years, so it had to work to some degree.
Exactly.
What did you do? So you had to stretch for the Z also.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he did.
Would you say is 007 your favorite 64 game?
No.
Is it your favorite? Not multiplayer. Is it your favorite 4-person multiplayer Nintendo 64 game?
No.
No.
What is?
Wait, hold on. On 3, let's see if we got the same one here.
All right.
All right. Wait, hold on.
Wait,
How?
on 3 or 3 and then go?
Right, that's what I was about to ask. Right.
Three and then go.
Okay. Who's counting?
1,
All right.
2, 3.
Bomberman.
Mario Kart 64.
Damn it.
It's actually funny. I brought up Mario Kart 64 earlier today. That was a great game. I love that multiplayer.
I've been hearing recently on like a couple of different like gaming podcasts and stuff with Mario Kart 8 coming out. A lot of people are going back and playing the other Mario Karts. And pretty much the consensus was that 64 was not a good game. It didn't hold up. I remember liking it. I haven't played it recently.
It held up. I played it recently and I loved it. So
you also said Mario 3 held up, and I don't agree with that. So
Really?
we might. Yeah, remember we spoke? I said the level's like 40 seconds each and stupid. It's like 3 jumps and you're at the end.
Again, I've never played any more than the first world and the last one because I knew where the whistles were. but no, the Mario 64. Okay, so at one of my old jobs, like 3 jobs ago now, we had every other Thursday was like team hang, and they would pick 2 people to come up with something to do with the whole team. So for one of them, me and my buddy Spencer, I brought in my N64, 4 controllers, and Mario Kart, and we had a bracket. What's it called? We had a whole bracket breakdown. So, like, there was 4 different. Luckily, the team split up really evenly. There were 4 people in each team, and then the winners of those went into a battle round.
Well, they killed Battle in 8 or 9, whatever the hell just came out. What
Yeah,
came out?
8.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at first, but when I kept playing it, it started to grow on me.
I just want to point something out because I don't think you guys have seen this yet.
Is that a laser watch that you're wearing?
I've had this for a while, but I don't usually keep it on because it's heavy. It's a replica, like old arcade machine, and it tells the time, and also.
I can't handle you. You're not a real person.
No. He's like, I can't really tell time on it that well, but I can
do
laser
this.
noises.
It's funny that
You
noise
said yes.
You did say yes.
Yeah, don't worry, marriage is it's only forever. So that
comforting.
that sound from your watch, Brian, reminds me of a story I just heard about Chris Pratt. So he's in that new movie Guardians of the Galaxy. I know we talked about, but
I didn't really talk about it actually.
well, just I mean that it was just out there. You said you didn't have plans on seeing it, but I do love Chris Pratt. He was awesome in he was awesome in Parks and Rec and such too. But there's a story about Chris Pratt in the movie. He plays this guy, and he's got a bunch of guns. And there's a lot of fighting scenes where he's shooting guns, and they wasted a lot of takes because Chris Pratt kept making fake gun sounds.
He's like, it just doesn't feel natural.
When he's holding like pew pew, and they're like, you don't have to make this. Definitely don't make the sound. He's like, sorry, I can't remember the last time I held fake guns and didn't make this sound. And that story reminded me of that scene in what's that movie with Jack Black, Jason Biggs,
Oh yeah.
That episode, that part in Saving Silverman rather, when Jack Black's on the radio and he keeps making the walkie-talkie sounds over. You don't have to make that sound over.
I think I see something in the back of the fridge, in the back of the
closet. That may have been the last time Jack Black was funny in my eyes. I'm not a huge Jack Black fan at all. I don't get him most of the time.
I didn't even like him in that movie, but the one of his best quotes is from that movie when what the hell's the girl's name in that?
Amanda Peet.
Yeah, whatever her name is in the movie, I forgot. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. So she comes over for the first time to like meet all them, and Jack Black is in his chair and he's eating nachos, and he picks up like a fucking huge amount of nachos and it's falling all over him as he bites into it. And the one friend's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "If they stick together, it counts as one nacho."
This just actually came up recently.
This did just come up recently.
The last few days.
We were eating nachos and they're stuck together. And stuck together, it counts as one nacho. So
my favorite part from that movie is when the coach comes to the house and asks if they took care of Judith. And he's like, "What did you guys? We ate her."
You ate her?
So
a lie.
You just said what her name was, but you couldn't help me out like 30 seconds ago.
It just came to me. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Sure it did.
It really did.
Yeah, that's an underrated comedy right there.
After you do that whole thing, I just remembered when they were in the house and they get thrown out the window, and he's like, "Judith escaped."
Why did you get the door? I don't answer the door when I'm eating.
Since when? Since always.
Since always.
How did I not know about that? You didn't know I was gay?
No, does he say you didn't know I had 3 balls? I think you said.
Something like that.
I said too.
Oh man.
He also went to SU, Subway University.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a solid movie. What's the actor's name that plays Wayne in that movie?
Steve Zahn or Zahn?
Oh, Steve Zahn. I liked him in National Security with Martin Lawrence. I thought that was a funny movie too.
Yeah, I think that movie.
Yeah.
I like a lot of fake cop movies, and I've been trying to get Dana to watch Paul Blart Mall Cop for like 4 years.
There's no way that's a good movie. At least it's not as good as the greatest. Yeah, I'm saying it. The greatest cop movie of all time, Martin Lawrence in Blue Streak.
Oh, that is by far the best movie. Like,
I just watched it the other night.
That's the best like Martin Lawrence movie. That might be the best like black comedy actor movie. It's just fantastic.
Oh my god.
Put him on the noodles.
Chicken and beef. Oh man, yeah, that's just what a good movie. It had no business being as hilarious as it is. No business.
We tried to watch it twice now, and every time I fell asleep.
Oh
Oh,
no.
come on.
It's terrible.
What are you trying to prove,
Oh,
Red?
no,
Oh,
no,
wait, hold on. She's talking about Paul Blart Mall Cop
Because
now.
he
We're
said
talking
it will
about
never
Blue
be as
Streak.
good as that.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Blart, I just like Kevin James. I thought that movie
Oh,
was
it's
funny.
so terrible.
Well, it's not as terrible as Observe and Report.
Ooh,
That was the other
ooh, that was rough.
Which is at the end, he has a pistol out of nowhere and just shoots the guy. I don't. Fuck that movie. But
Yeah.
talk about Blue Streak for a while.
Blue Streak. I mean, Martin Lawrence. He's
I've been
already.
around,
You're Mexican?
Wait, babe,
I can
have
see
you
it. I can
seen
see
Blue
it.
Streak? I know we tried to watch it and you fell asleep the first time.
I don't know. I don't think so.
She falls asleep through most things that I enjoy.
That could be taken a couple different ways, can't it?
Yep, I kind of
Yeah.
set myself up there.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
He went on and on this week about not having
Oh, fuck
online
yeah. I have
playing
not, since I
right
realized.
after we got engaged.
Yeah, it's
Like, can you believe this? The whole day. Shut the hell up.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'll try.
she's harsh. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
She
Well, that's.
hates
Oh my God. Well, Blue Streak was obvious. It was one of the movies we watched at the pizzeria for 12 hours. Just watch it on repeat. I've probably people are like, oh, I love this movie. I've seen it a million times. I may have seen Blue Streak a million times.
Because we watched
Like logistically, I've honestly definitely have seen it at least. I did this. I calculated like a year ago because I got a buddy from college that for some reason really loves Blue Streak as well. So I used to watch it with him a lot too. I've logistically seen it at minimum 306 times as of last year. That's insane. That's literally insane.
I'm
just
pretty sure I'm
for
up
some
there.
reason just pictured the scene where he's got Tully behind the door in the interrogation room and he's just punching the glass.
You know what else I just pictured a fuck up in that movie? When Martin Lawrence is driving the car when they go over the bridge.
Yep.
When they
Yep.
fly up in the air and you can clearly see out the window that they're just on the ground.
When was the last time you got all up on this thing? I've never got all up on anything, sir. Oh man, I think that isn't there a. Speaking of Martin Lawrence, isn't there a new Bad Boys movie coming out?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen trailers or anything or
No, I
no?
don't think it's that far along.
No, yeah, I haven't seen anything.
He just mentioned it on Conan that he was all in. So
I honestly haven't seen Bad Boys 1 and 2 in its entirety.
really,
Yeah, I mean, I know they switch places in one of them, and
I think you get the gist of it. They're just they're friends, then they're not friends. One of them's married, one of them's single. Hilarity ensues. Lots of explosions.
Bad Boys 2 is hysterical, and it also has that classic Michael Bay car crash scene that he just ports over to other movies.
speaking of Michael Bay, haven't seen Ninja Turtles yet?
I did.
I have
We're
not.
going to see
They
it
look
tomorrow, I think.
they look real creepy.
Yes,
like
they do.
real.
Yeah.
Oh,
creepy.
dude, I watch these 6-second reviews from the Movie Man, and he's usually spot on. Everything that he says,
I like that. I used to listen to 100 all the time.
yeah, exactly. He's great. But for this one, it was awesome because usually what he does is he speaks really quickly and crams a whole bunch of information into 6 seconds.
Any way you could find that audio segment and play it?
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
So
I'm not-
just
I'm not
before you
saying.
get on that, yes or no? Do you like the movie? Yes or no?
I enjoyed it.
All right. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it, but get annoyed at the same time.
I don't think you. It's whatever. It didn't really bother me. The only thing that bothered me was really April.
That seems to
I
be
should,
a
I
common.
should ask, like,
Yeah.
how fake did Megan Fox
I
look?
just-
Slash,
She needs to just not be in anything.
yeah, she needs to quit.
Just
Well,
quit
she's
life.
ahead.
Just quit
But,
life.
Will Arnett, obviously fantastic.
What is his character?
He's just her cameraman, pretty much.
Oh. When I first saw him, I thought he was gonna be Casey, but then I looked, there's no Casey in this.
Yeah, no, he wasn't Casey.
Casey was awesome.
He was really funny. It's strange though to have a character for comic relief when you already have Mikey.
Is Mikey funny in this?
He is. He's really funny.
Well, who's your favorite? Is it-
It's got to. Yeah, it's Mikey. The only thing I'm going there knowing this. I love Donatello. They ruined Donatello in this movie.
Oh no, that's my favorite.
I know. Ruined him.
Why?
Just you'll see.
No. That's my favorite. Matt, who's your favorite? Oh, it's not Donatello because of your dreams we crushed, apparently.
Well, Michelangelo's the one that loves the pizza, so
They
that's
all
the
love
one.
Pizza.
But he's the one that really loves the pizza.
All right, here you go. I got the 6-second review.
The Movie Man 6-second review starts now.
It's a lot of beeps.
The turtles are creepy.
They are.
Like child predators.
We'll find you.
They are really creepy. Or you mentioned, speaking of creepy, Will and Will Arnett. You guys know I'm a huge Netflix guy. There's a new Netflix original animated series coming out where Will Arnett plays an animated horse called BoJack Horseman. And I watched like a 12-second trailer of it, and I can't decide if it's going to be hilarious or literally like the dumbest thing ever in the worst possible way. And like the description they give to the show is just hilarious. It's Will Arnett and also Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad is in it. And apparently BoJack Horseman, played by Will Arnett, is he's like an ex-celebrity. Now he's like all washed up and he just like drinks a lot and he tries to just like sleep with other animals in the world, and it seems so ridiculous that it might be cool, but I'm unsure. But BoJack Horseman is coming.
Well, you guys know I like animals, so we're going to see animals tomorrow. We're going to some kind of like safari / petting zoo thing. So I can't wait for that. I like animals.
Hear your stories.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about that next week.
You flip out about fluffy chickens again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Although I gotta admit, I did see a fluffy chicken after that, and I was like, that thing is adorable.
they really are. We're having a
And
pretty
uncommon.
we're having a pretty good trip though. We went to some caverns today. Have you guys ever been in caverns before? Apparently, like
They both look perplexed.
Yeah,
What the fuck
they're
are caverns?
underground, like caverns, like caves.
Oh, I thought it was like a place. You
Yes,
didn't say
well, technically caverns are a place.
no, like,
They are
have
a
you ever been
place.
to Perkins? Like
Is
that's
that
what
a
it sounds,
person
the way you were
or a
asking.
thing?
me.
Well, have you ever been in caverns?
I've
Like,
been in a cavern. Is that if you had asked, have I ever been in a cavern? I would have said yes.
well, this cavern, you know, like they all name like different like things after things, like
Right.
yeah. So this one had one that was called like fuck, what was it about the bacon? There's something with bacon. I don't remember exactly
Those
what it was
bacon
called.
strips.
Yeah, and they came down and they looked exactly like bacon strips, and apparently it was a National Geographic for being the most realistic looking rock bacon.
That's a real competitive category these days.
It is.
It's
Oh,
real
yeah.
competitive.
Yeah, I bet. It was kind of cool though, but they did something that at first was cool and then just got really annoying. What they would do is they would walk you into a room and it would be dark, and it's fucking cavern, so you're underground. Like the only light is what they give you, and then they'd be like, "This is," and they like turn lights on, and it's like, "Oh!" That's like the first time. It was like, "All right."
First time was cool.
First time was
After
really
that,
cool, and then it was like enough. Just
I
let me
see
see
the
what the
shtick.
fuck is in here. No, but it's tour group, so there's other people. They were these like retarded children. That's not a good word to use. They were these stupid children.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were there experiments being done on these children, or were these children somehow untouchables?
There should be experiments on these children to see how stupid people are. This kid, I don't know how old he was, a toddler to preteen, as I say. He was
It
taking
could
like
be, 4 to 18.
yeah, he was taking like constant selfies of himself, but there's no
Let me stop you there. To my knowledge, the only kind of selfie you can take He's
Wrong.
of yourself.
There could be other people, and it's a selfie of multiple people. This was just
It's
himself.
called something else.
Boom.
It's called what is it called?
I don't care. Don't.
A picture.
Picture. It's called a picture.
So he's taking constant selfies, but
That'd be great if while he took one, a stalactite just fell and impaled him.
I wish. So there's no front-facing flash. You're in dark caverns, and everywhere he goes, he's just like, oh.
Are you saying caverns?
Caverns?
Are you blowing my mind right now? Is that really how it's pronounced?
Say cave.
Cave.
Now say caver.
Caver.
Say caverns.
Caverns.
Hey,
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So these kids were so.
Maybe they should do experiments on you.
What are you doing over there? Don't erase that. She took my phone. She's looking something. I'm probably gonna prove me wrong about something. Who goes to Yahoo when Google is right next to it?
That was. You don't have the Google shortcut. 'Cause
Well,
you're
you just
reading.
type in G and it comes up.
I
You need to have
so-
the little icon.
someone at work needed my help, and they call me over their computer like I just can't figure this out, and they're pointing at their screen, and what they really were asking was they couldn't like find how to do something because they were searching on the internet to do it. But they were using Bing, so I just pointed at the screen. I'm like, "Oh, here's the problem. You're using Bing," and I just walked away.
Awesome.
I don't know if they can
That's
make
your
this.
problem.
So, and when someone takes a selfie as a group, it's called an ussy.
It's called an Essie now, people.
Yeah. Which, not to be mistaken with hussy, which I'm sure is being used by stupid hussies. Right.
So you're in a cave.
Yeah, we're in a cave.
You're
That was
taking
that.
Essies.
Yeah, this kid was taking selfies, not ussies. And then at one point there was something in front of us, and he had like an iPad Mini because he was a spoiled little like piece of shit. Not a real phone. He had an iPad Mini, and
Wait, this kid was taking pictures on his iPad?
yeah.
Oh, that's when you punched the iPad into his face.
Yeah.
I wished, man. I
Oh my god,
get
I
arrested
hate
for
that.
this. I can't get arrested in Virginia. You don't know what's gonna happen down here. It's like Hicksville. It's bad. Like what? You're looking at
They
me.
don't have real jail.
No, like, I don't know what jail is here.
It's not the Wild West, Brian.
I know.
I feel like everyone here is
Or
like
church.
inbred, and it's not a good place to be. Like,
So now you're alienating another whole state from the
Yeah.
show.
well, what am I up to? I'm up to like alienating what, like 49 out of 50? Is New York? up to
Virginia's
that?
like barely in the South. Like, what if you were in a real like I was in Tennessee and I didn't even make any snarky comments.
I was in Texas, and I got into an argument with people, and they were talking about like politics. It's like I don't care. I just say whatever comes to my mind. I have no filter. I am not sorry.
Meanwhile, when we first went on the trip, he was like, Virginia's not that far south.
Well, and then
Why would you
someone,
put a southern accent on? Because I was like, let's practice our southern accents in the
it's
car.
not that far south, but
And he
it's
was like, it's not that south. People don't have those accents here.
no, but they do have inbred like people. It's
He also wouldn't do a southern accent.
yeah, I wouldn't do a southern accent.
I want to hear Brian do any accent.
Well, we already established on the show that I can't do it.
Like you're not allowed or you're unable.
Unable.
He's doing one right now.
Yeah, I'm doing my Spanish accent now. This is my Mo accent, remember?
You do yeah. You've got a great Mexican accent that you do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Yep.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah. So after the caverns, we went somewhere, and we went somewhere that didn't really have anything interesting. It had some craft beers and other stuff. Then we went to this other thing that's included with the ticket price for the caverns. And
Cavern!
ah, jeez. That was included for the ticket price for the place underground with rocks. And in there, it was
Better.
yeah, it was all like parade floats. Did you take the earbud out? Oh, never mind.
Old parade
It was
floats.
old like parade floats, and you can
It
go
was like
in
a
some
parade
of them
float museum.
and up like some stairs. Some of them moved. They hit a button that did things. It was so cool.
And incredibly creepy.
Yeah, really pretty. It was creepy. We were like the only people in there, and it was like I was waiting for like a horror movie thing, like one of them to come alive and start chasing us. Like that's what I was really waiting for. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah, some of them, I've read some of them, and it said a lot of them are from the Rose Bowl parade,
Hmm.
and they replaced all the flowers with shiny, whatever it's called, technically shiny paper.
I believe that is the
Shiny
technical
paper.
term.
And you make fun of me for saying caverns. She's like,
Yeah, at
shiny
least
paper?
she pronounced shiny paper properly.
She can probably spell shiny paper.
Yeah.
I could spell it.
Go ahead.
Why don't we just move on?
What did you say? Yeah, I can't read.
I can't read
So
a lot of things.
so when are you back from this excursion?
We come back Saturday, but then I have to leave on Sunday for work, so I'm not really back. Which,
Where are you off to?
nowhere fun. Massachusetts.
Got it.
LA.
Which states would you like? Like, if I gave you a map and you got to circle ones with green ink, which ones would you like?
There wouldn't be a lot of green ink, I'll tell you that much.
Was there an episode of Family Guy where he crosses out all the states that he wouldn't want to go to or something?
That sounds pretty familiar. But I don't know. I would cross out most of America.
Right.
I mean, you wouldn't?
So you hate your country is what I'm hearing.
Well, we all know I say I'm from Canada. The
Do your Canadian accent.
Yeah,
They really don't have an accent.
this is
Got it. That is it. That's the Canadian accent.
Yeah.
One of my best friends is from Canada. He doesn't have any accent.
You can't do that. Just like, oh, I hate black people. Hey, don't worry. One of my best friends is black.
All right, I didn't say I hate Canadians. I say they don't have an accent.
Right.
You're which one of your friends? The other Matt?
Yeah, the other man.
Matt, he totally has a Canadian accent.
I don't hear it.
He can't speak accents and he also can't hear accents. Maybe that's the problem.
I'm accent deaf. What can I say?
You're accent deaf. Wow.
It's like you see
Now, Brian, I challenge you. If you don't donate $100 to the Accent Deaf Foundation that I just started, you have to dump some ice water on your head.
Boiling hot water. Switch it up.
The boiling hot water challenge.
The oil
Now
from the pizzeria.
That's a challenge right there.
a big bucket on your head.
That sounds like a challenge I'd accept.
The boiling hot water challenge?
No, the boiling hot oil.
Oh,
That's way worse.
yeah.
Well, that was Anthony's idea.
That's like
Unless I just made that up.
waxing your whole body.
Whoa, that's a challenge.
That is absolutely a challenge.
Wax your body challenge.
I think Dane is just trying to get me hairless here.
There would
So-
be times
This
though
episode.
where I would see Brian and for like 5 minutes straight he would just scratch his chest and I'm like, Brian, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I tried shaving it.
Yeah, first off, it took me like an hour to do that. Second off,
I don't doubt that.
did you ever see the Seinfeld episode where
Yes.
Jerry, at the end he's just in like the trees, howling like a wolf, scratching away?
Comes back thicker, Jerry.
Oh, that's just an old wives' tale. Is it? Look at it! Look at it! Oh, man, that's great. Brian, what would it take, what dollar amount would it take for you to have to go through and have someone else, a professional, just wax your entire body?
No, hold on. Though. Are we talking like they're gonna do it correctly, like buzz me first, then wax, or just like 40?
Yeah, no, just professional. You're at a place they do this all the time. What's the dollar amount for you to have to go through that?
Just pay for it. If they're doing it correctly, just pay for it.
How much for them not to do it correctly?
Just pay for it.
All right, let me rephrase. How much to let me and Anthony do it?
Just
What-
make the wax.
what's the venue? Like, are we?
We're in a cavern. That's where we are.
Well, then it's gonna be a lot of money because if I need an emergency room, it's gonna be hard to get me to one there.
Right, we won't even be able to see what we're doing.
Right, it'll also be pretty dark.
We'll just dump you in the cave water.
Yeah. If we're in like a comfortable environment, it wouldn't take much. I don't know. Just bring the wax.
We need to do it, record it, Send it.
Should
Yeah,
just
that's so. I
Ship
love
it.
playing
That's an
this.
easy episode for us.
I love playing this game when people are like, "Oh, if you gave me $20 million, I would do that." I'm like, no. What's the absolute minimum amount you would take to do something? That's my favorite game to play with people because you really find out it's like $5,000.
or free if you're me, an idiot, like a real idiot.
We can
Brian's
start
like, do you know how expensive wax is?
we can start a really strange Kickstarter with this.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Potato salad
Pete-
got very far.
Yeah, you got what do you get? $60,000 or at least 30,000 for that potato salad?
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. Yeah. I would pay $20 if I didn't have to eat any potato salad. Not a huge fan, but he's just raising money.
Did you know some of like the things you got for donating? If you donate like a certain amount,
Like the
you
tiers?
would do certain things.
Yep.
Like one of them was like if you did $20, he would say your name while making the potato salad. What
What
a steal!
What an honor, really.
Seriously.
Awesome.
I'm gonna start shouting out just random guys' names when next time I'm cooking myself dinner.
If that guy can have a successful Kickstarter, I don't see why we can't.
So what do you want? Let's make a decision right now and let's see how much progress we can make before we record the show next
We're
week.
gonna reshoot Blue Streak, and all of the characters are gonna be played by Brian.
No. We're gonna reshoot Blue Streak where the three of us are the characters. So we just need money for a camera.
Done.
That's pretty much it. We could do the rest. We could use the pizzeria for everything. The pizzeria and two Manillas, they'll let us work in there.
I'm picturing when they make Pineapple Express 2, and this is the end.
Yeah, that's what they said would be awesome when we
This
do
just
it.
reminds me of
I feel like that's a lot of effort. I would like to raise money for something way simpler than filming a reenactment of a 2.5 hour movie. I'm thinking way smaller scale, like need money to wax Brian.
So, but you still need a video camera. You got to videotape it. So all you need,
Need money
all you
for
gotta,
camera and wax.
all right, you got to set a Kickstarter goal of like $500, and the tiers can be, if you donate all 500, we'll carve your name in me with like.
Ooh.
No, every person that donates $50 gets to actually do one pull.
That means they have to come see us. I don't want that.
Oh man.
That's when I donate all the money. Mika, you suck!
Dana just brought up when we talk about reshooting Blue Streak. She brought up It's Always Sunny when they make Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that they switch characters.
And Mac is actually blackface. Dennis isn't.
So good.
Dana actually bought me a shirt, and it says Lethal Weapon 5, and it's all of them. And when she gave it to me, I wasn't thinking. I'm like, there is no Lethal Weapon 5. They're just like, look at it. I'm like, oh.
I just need a shirt that says wild card.
Yes.
You're such a wild card, Brian.
There is
Wow.
a shirt, Dana said.
There is. I was
Oh, nice.
contemplating getting one of those.
I wouldn't have got that, apparently, if I didn't get Lethal Weapon 5.
Mm.
I
cut the brakes. Wild card.
I'm so happy that show's coming back for another season.
They're like what, like season 14 or at least it's like 10 or 11.
I think it's a 9.
9.
They just finished 9.
That's a lot for a comedy.
One of the last planes I was on, like they had like free like TV shows you could watch, and one was It's Always Sunny, and the one that was on there they have a Country Mac. Did you ever see that one with Joe William Scott as Country Mac?
Yes, I have actually. He's just awesome. He's just awesome,
He's
and
awesome.
he just
He
pounds
comes
beers.
there. Well, he comes on a motorcycle and gets up, and him and Mac go up to each other. They're doing like the fake looking karate, making the sounds like that whole thing. So they're,
Yeah.
They do, like,
The James Bond
Yeah.
slap sounds. Yeah.
Right. And they're like, oh, dear Lord, there's 2 of them. And then it turns out that Country Mac is everything that Mac says he is, but he actually is. Like, the ocular pat downs work and stuff like that. Like, and he's gay, by the way, which just makes that funny. Towards the end, like, these 2 guys come up to them and, like, about to, like, beat up, I think, actual Mac. And Country Mac steps in and all of a sudden just goes, look out, and just goes to the guy's ankle and pulls a knife out of there. And the guy had long pants on. No idea you could see that there was a knife. And he's just holding the guy's knife. When he walks away, like, how'd you know he had a knife? He goes, it's an ocular pat down. You need to just Google Country Mac, Anthony.
I ordered it, didn't I?
Yeah, well,
That's such a good name for a band, Ocular Pat Down. They really need to. Someone needs to get on that. We should copyright that immediately.
We're just talking about that with
yeah, we said Hobo Baby would be a good band.
a death metal band.
Hobo Baby.
Hobo Baby.
That sounds like it's one of Chris Pratt's band names from
Mouse Rat.
Yes.
from Parks and Rec. Mouse Rat. But yeah, I don't know. I think we'll need to get going on this Kickstarter. That's the takeaway I've done, and I think we'll do $500 goal and see if we can get it before the next show, and maybe the next show is a live video of Brian just getting the wax down.
It's just an hour of screaming.
Yes.
There's so much blood. There's so much blood.
Oh man. I just had to bring this up real quick. I was watching
There will be
I was
blood.
watching Big Daddy earlier today, and this was another one of those movies that we had watched over and over again, and I thought I had picked up on everything, and I don't know how maybe it just glanced over this when it happened before when we were watching it, or maybe it really did just escape me. But the scene when they're in the courtroom, and at the very end, well, very close to the end, and Sonny's dad is questioning him. You can picture all that, right?
Yeah,
right.
we're with you. We're in that courtroom with you.
So yeah, so
Objection.
right.
So I was in the
They
courtroom.
they do a whole bunch of stuff where, like, they're talking, then they'll show you a random character in like, I don't want to call it the audience. I can't think of the name of the people that are sitting in the background there. But there's one distinct scene where they just pan to blanking on his name, crazy eyes. What's his name?
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. Thank you. They pan to him, and he just pulls out a wedge of cantaloupe
Yes.
and eats it. And then they just pan away, and I lost it. I have no idea why. I've never seen that or noticed that scene before.
I have
It
seen
was
that.
so good.
No. Well, go ahead, Anthony.
That's about all we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in. You can always reach us at the email, which is sspodcast1@gmail.com. You can hit us at our Twitter handles. I'm at AEJ Costanzo. Brian is at big_Bruins. Matt is at Matt_in_limbo. Dana, do you have a Twitter?
Hashtag.com.
Do you have a Twitter account?
I do, but I don't use it. I don't even remember the name.
Exactly. Don't tweet at us, people. You're wasting your
Yeah.
time.
No.
Maybe you send an email, we read it, and Brian alienates you.
Yeah.
Do we have any of those?
I don't know. I couldn't access it because of the service down here. So if anyone emailed, and weren't read on this show, obviously we'll read on the next show if there was any.
I do Instagram, but I don't think that matters here.
Give them your Instagram. They can finally see a picture of Brian.
We could see it on my Twitter. Go ahead.
Pictures of
Danish0704.
lovely.
Yeah.
And also, we have one more thing.
Yeah, but this is what we're gonna end with here. You can't see it if you're listening, but this is it.
Elmo's so sleepy.
Elmo's so sleepy.
You have to press it again after that.
Why?
He says something else.
Does he? Well, bear with us. We're gonna press this again in a minute. All right, here it comes.
Good night.
And on that note, good night.